We were struck by emotion, treachery, heartache, and triumph in days of our lives. In addition, there were a few doses of retribution, some outstanding performances, psychic crumbs, and a terrifying cliffhanger. In conclusion, it was a really great week. However, those crumbs were a bit excessive. Once more, sincerely, I'll start with what I loved this week before we get to the cliffhanger, because there were some stirring moments that warmed my heart during the day. My God, that's how you make a soap opera. Chloe's admission to Xander, their subsequent parting, then his showdown with Sarah. It was a painful and bittersweet breakup. As Xander and Chloe handled the news with grace and grief, Nadia Abdurlan and Paul Telfer both did outstanding work. And Chloe's tears were so well-deserved when Xander finally acknowledged that they couldn't continue acting like nothing had happened and ran off to locate Sarah. Although their relationship could never last, they managed to make me care about it, and that's quite incredible. The conflict between Xander and Sarah then heated up the situation even further. Whatever the case, Lindsay Godfrey did fantastic. I know some people, I saw a lot of people, were unhappy with Sarah, while others encouraged her. Telfer felt the same way, particularly after Xander took out the third person and erupted in anger at perfect Sarah. You are free to list every transgression, even unpaid parking tickets, but it does not give you the right to bar me from being a father. A knockdown and drag-out fight between Xander and Sarah is something I would gladly accept. Let's start the custody dispute, perhaps with Maggie stuck in the middle and Justin representing Xander as his attorney. Rex, enough already. Enough. Bow out, give up, and simply void the union. When he informed his parents that he and Sarah were actually dating, although Sarah wasn't, I rolled my eyes. Relationships don't operate like that. You both aren't in it if one of you isn't there in person. The Philip and Chloe material was wonderfully done, but I don't like how they crammed it in there and minimized what we had just seen with Xander. I realized all this time I still love you, said Chloe. See, I understand. She always seemed to be holding something back with Xander, and Brady was certainly another area where this was apparent. But instead of pushing her to go with Philip, I wished we had more time to give her space to process her heartbreak. Because based on the upcoming week, I'm very certain that's where they're going. A split family, the performances by Wally Kurth and Robert Scott Wilson this week kind of make it worth it, even if Alex turns out to be a ruse and Xander is shown to be the real son. I won't quit crossing my fingers for that. Justin's struggle with losing a man who was like a father and a son so quickly is providing us with some excellent fodder. Just like he did after Victor died, Justin sobbed as Bonnie hugged him. I was hurt. Also, Alex, he had his family flipped upside down, and his life had been a deception that he had lived apart from his real father. I truly felt bad for him. Yes, his moping did become a little self-indulgent, but that's why Sonny was called in. When Alex told Sonny that everyone respects Justin but not him, I believe he was speaking for the crowd. Sonny is not loved by anyone but everyone. Since Alex was introduced in a really powerful way, I have a sense that this is a technique to reset him, rather than just change his course. This could be the final push Alex needs to become a decent person and a decent character, or turn him around and choose to accept Victor's darker roots. But seriously, let's get started with the DNA test. Maggie's eviction of Vivian from the rest of the will was incredibly fulfilling. When Vivian tore up the will, she said several particularly memorable things like, well, that was very dramatic, but also sex, lie, and betraying surprisingly. I also thought Vivian's decision to shoot Dimitri in the back to be supremely rewarding. But in this case, Maggie is the true hero. Just in time for her to witness Dimitri attempting to shoot Stefan and Gabby, she ejected Viv from the house. I still want to see Gwen unleash on Leo, even though her pie in the face to him was a little on the nose. Gwen is at her most ferocious when she is playing with Dimitri as Kristen, and she demonstrated. However, not too brutal. Actually, I don't think I would have cared if the women had decided to murder Dimitri, but I'm glad they decided against it. Vivian is just the proper amount of evil to make the shot. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel, Daily Bulletin News, and stay with us.